Isekai anime is known for being imaginative, fun, and full of heart. Isekai characters are transported to other worlds and must find a way to survive while usually completing some kind of mission or quest. The genre's entire premise allows for action, introspection, personal growth, and spectacular animation. Here are the top 10 Isekai anime you should watch in 2023. The Fruit of Evolution Season 2. The story will pick up right after episode 12, when Seiichi was riding in a cart with his companions and master magician to Barbado Magical School. Seiichi will run into Eri, who is looking for him because she believes Seiichi is in trouble because he has few friends at school. Furthermore, he has previously assisted her, and she wishes to repay the favor. But what will happen when she realizes she now has a wife, girlfriend, servant, and a little sister who looks after him? Most students will not recognize him because he is an ugly fat guy with no friends and no social status. In this world, however, he is equal to a master magician and has been assigned a teaching position at the school where they are studying. Everyone's shocked expressions will be entertaining to watch, as will Seiichi's reaction. We all know that Seiichi received harsh treatment from the majority of his classmates, but he is a kind person who will not harm his classmates. Handyman Seitu in Another World. Despite being a handyman with a wide range of skills, Seitu is severely undervalued and underpaid. After he complains, his boss fires him, claiming that he is easily replaceable. To make matters worse, Seitu is killed by a truck on his way home. Surprisingly, Seitu is not killed, but rather transported to another world. There he encounters a party consisting of the female knight Ralza, the moonlight fairy Lafan, and the mage Morlock, all of whom are looking for a new member with skills similar to Seitu's. Seitu uses his knowledge to help his fellow party members throughout their time together, and he soon receives recognition he never imagined possible. However, Seitu's presence could simply be the catalyst that brings together a diverse cast of characters from various locations, gradually revealing the fate that could bring about a significant change in this world. Farming Life in Another World. Hirako Machio spent the last years of his life confined to a hospital bed with a terminal illness until he died. A god, moved by Hiraku's unfair life, decides to reincarnate him in another world where he can live freely. In order for him to try farming in his new life, he is given an all-in-one, almighty farming tool that can transform into any useful implement he desires. Hiraku is then transported to a forest that appears to be far from civilization. He intends to build and farm everything from the ground up, gradually transforming the lifeless area into a thriving new society. Campfire Cooking in Another World with My Absurd Skill. Tsuyoshi Mukauda, 27, is transported into a fantasy world along with 3 other heroes to save a kingdom from an unknown threat. Tsuyoshi, on the other hand, appears to have been dragged into the summoning ritual by chance. His only skill is Food Menu, which allows him to open an interface from which he can buy and obtain modern Japanese supermarket items. Tsuyoshi is expelled from the palace and embarks on his own journey into his new world. His ability to create delectable dishes unknown to this world, on the other hand, quickly pays off, attracting the legendary wolf Fenrir. Fenrir is so taken with the food that he immediately contracts with Tsuyoshi and becomes his familiar. Tsuyoshi, accompanied by this whimsical mythical being, embarks on a career as a merchant and adventurer, traveling and preparing delectable meals that never fail to impress the inhabitants of this world. The Misfit of Demon King Academy 2. The path that the tyrannical Demon King, the Misfit, will take in this new era is demonstrated. The one who appeared in front of Anos and ended the demon-human war was a new child of the god who had come to destroy the tyrannical Demon King. The Misfit who triumphs against all odds advances to the next battle. I've learned to be a little more reserved since being reincarnated into a peaceful era. saving 80,000 gold in another world for my retirement. Mitsuha falls off a cliff one day and is transported to a world reminiscent of medieval Europe. After a near-fatal encounter with a pack of wolves, she discovers she has the ability to transport between worlds. Mitsuha decides to live in both worlds and calculates that she will require 80,000 gold coins to retire. Mitsuha now has to come up with new ways to collect her gold coins. By the Grace of the Gods Season 2. Ryoma leaves the Jamo family again at the end of Season 1 of By the Grace of the Gods, this time to build himself a new home after averting a potential crisis from dangerous lammer birds attacking a village. The second season will most likely focus on Ryoma's other adventures with his slime creatures. While the anime has stayed true to the majority of the major plot points from the original light novels, there are still additional volumes that Season 2 could use for episodes. For example, shortly after leaving the Jamo family in Volume 4 of the novels, Ryoma begins making plans for a second business. He also embarks on his first successful solo adventure and attends a wedding attended by some of his world's gods. The upcoming second season of the anime, By the Grace of the Gods, will most likely cover many of the major events from the light novels. The reincarnation of the strongest exorcist in another world. Hariyoshi, the strongest diviner, was on the verge of death after his companion's betrayal. He tried the secret reincarnation technique, hoping to be happy in the next life, and was sent to a different world. Born into a family of magicians, the magic he didn't inherit paled in comparison to his previous Amuji abilities. Who requires magic? I'll make it in this world using my old methods. Bofuri. I don't want to get hurt, so I'll max out my defense. After an enthusiastic invitation from a friend, Kade Hanju reluctantly agrees to try New World Online, a popular VR MMO played by thousands of people across Japan. She starts her adventure by naming her in-game character Maple. She devotes all of her stat points to vitality as a complete newcomer to such games in order to avoid injury. Despite having no points in any other stat, Maple has an extremely high defense, but she can't move quickly or hit hard. This does not, however, have a negative outcome for her. As a result of her strong defense, Maple gains powerful skills such as total defense, poison immunity, and devour. These abilities, combined with the incredibly powerful items she acquires, enable her to annihilate the majority of her enemies in a single blow. After only a few days of playing the game, Maple places third in a server-wide event, establishing a reputation as a player who is both unkillable and absurdly powerful. Despite her strong personality, Kade has a lot to learn. As she progresses through the game, she meets new friends and acquaintances who help her complete new levels and events. During her adventures, she may pick up some unusual abilities that far exceed her expectations. The magical revolution of the reincarnated princess and the genius young lady. Princess Anisfia defies the aristocracy's expectations by developing magicology, a unique magical theory based on memories from her past life, despite her supposed ineptitude with regular magic. One day, she witnesses the brilliant noblewoman Euphilia being unjustly deposed as the kingdom's next monarch. That's when Anisfia devises a scheme to help Euphilia regain her good name, one that involves them living together and studying magic. These two ladies have no idea that their chance meeting will change not only their own futures, but the futures of the kingdom and the entire world. So, these were the top 10 Isekai anime you should watch in 2023. If you like this video, then make sure to hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss any videos like this in the future. I'll see you in the next one.